Right, buddy, welcome back to your latest Manchester United news. Now, in this video, we'll be talking about Bruno Guimaraes versus Sandro Tonali. We've got some update on the managerial situation. We'll be going through all your latest Manchester United news, and we'll talk about what has been reported. So, yeah, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. It's come out from Fabrizio, it's come out from a lot of different sources. So, we go back right to the start. And we'll talk about what was being reported. So yesterday, actually, it came out that Manchester United are in advanced talks to sign Bruno Guimaraes, but renewed interest from Real Madrid threatens to make the move complicated. Then I'll go through all the news first. Manchester United, Man City, Arsenal all monitoring the situation of Tonali. Newcastle have no intention of accepting a standard fee like 50 million or 60 million. It will require a much bigger, very expensive offer. Then, this was all yesterday. Then today we've had this. Manchester United are pushing for a move for Tonali, and Tonali camp are pushing for a move. City and United are leading the race. Then, so this is just all on sort of Guimaraes and Tonali. This is what's been said more recently by Fabrizio. For sure, United appreciate Guimaraes, but I could say the same for 6-7 players. What's he doing there, Fabrizio, man? What's he doing with the memes? The club are yet to decide which kind of midfielder they want to add to the squad. I think Tonali is the most wanted from Newcastle, but at the moment, keep an eye on Manchester United also. So, listen, that's what's being said. Tonali, Guimaraes. Realistically, the question is, who do you want? Now, apparently Jason Wilcox is pushing for the move as well to bring in Guimaraes. So yeah, ultimately there's no. Apparently there's a gentleman's agreement. Listen, on Guimaraes and Tonali, they're two top level players. Now both the Tonali and Guimaraes camps are fighting against each other. At the end of January, reports come out linking Tonali to Arsenal, although Arsenal denied it, making it clear to the market that Tonali is exploring options if Newcastle don't get Champions League. A few months later, Guimaraes camp is hinting at what they're doing behind the scenes. Both players are aware that if one leaves, the other won't, so they're trying to get a potential move before the other one does. Listen, I certainly think kind of the midfield situation is one that's very, very intriguing. United have loads of players on the portfolio. There's huge discussion about Guimaraes, Tonali, BALEBA, which we'll talk about, Anderson, all these sorts of players. Now, what I would say, I'll be happy with Guimaraes or Tonali. The one that I prefer is Tonali, just based that he's a bit younger. He's more of a deeper line player, and I just think he's a better player than Guimaraes in my opinion. Now, what you get from both of them will be two top level signings with lots of Premier League experience, Champions League, European experience, and ultimately a ridiculous amount of quality. If you're looking at players that massively improve United's midfield, both of them will immediately do that. I think Guimaraes, his passion, his quality on the ball is something that's definitely something to look at. I think he has been one of the best midfielders in the league, and same too as Tonali. So they are two very unique players. As I said, are we in a position to complain about any midfielder of that quality coming in? No. In terms of which do I think United will go for, it's still up for grabs yet. I think, for me, I think the club would push for Guimaraes just because he seems a more appealing player for Manchester United and what they're trying to build. But again, I'd be happy with any, and I think it's definitely a conversation I need to have. The source that initially broke it was the one that broke the move from Lyon to Newcastle for Guimaraes. So it's definitely something there to consider. Now the next thing we'll talk about is BALEBA. So this is what's been reported. BALEBA isn't the leading target. Anderson is the priority, and it's chemistry with him that the club are looking for. Brighton are not discounting a new deal for BALEBA, and they haven't given a price to any clubs. Manchester United don't need to do anything on the player side as they did all the work in the summer. Then again, we all know that United prefer Premier League options for the number 6, though not ruling out a broad option. Proven players would limit choices and raise costs. BALEBA, Wharton, Tonali remain high on United's radar. United made a tentative inquiry about BALEBA's Brighton via intermediary. His valuation is reportedly 100 million, and it's unclear if United would match it. Wharton is admired, but fit is uncertain. Tonali may be open to leaving Newcastle, with reps gauging interest, although Newcastle often make deals difficult. Atalanta Ederson is a non-Premier League option. United could sign two number 6s if Ugarte leaves, secondly, with the second one being rotated. So listen, sources say City are the clear front runners to sign ex-Newcastle midfielder Anderson. That's not to say United will not abandon their interest. United are still prepared to make a substantial offer to sign Anderson. Now listen, on the midfield is interesting because United definitely have interest in a lot of midfielders. BALEBA talks heating up. United are having more talks with his intermediaries. I think that one is one of the most not the most straightforward, actually, that's a lie. One of the easiest, no, that's a lie as well. One of the most simplest deals I think United can do, have all the players that they've been linked to. They've done all the kind of probably personal terms, contract, like all that stuff last summer when they made the inquiries. This deal would just be all about dealing with Brighton and making sure that the player will come. That's why I've said it kind of makes it the easiest deal. Then, if you're looking at dealing with Newcastle, Forest, any other clubs really, you have to do the full negotiation, which we know with United are notoriously slow at doing deals. So listen, the midfield, BALEBA is someone that's rated, Tonali and Anderson rated, Guimaraes rated. I'm happy with anyone in the midfield as long as they have quality. Like all the names that we've been linked to, I don't mind. It just comes down to United's budget. Premier League experience is key, but I do think we will have to look abroad. I think if we're looking at players in the Premier League, you have Tonali, you have Anderson, you have Guimaraes, you have João Gomez, you have Tyler Adams, Ampadu, Andre Santos, Mateus Fernandes. So there's so many midfielders out there. It's all about United fighting the best one. And apparently Ugarte wants to leave because he's not happy with the regular minutes. So goodbye to him. I wish him all the best, but he's just not good enough for Manchester United, really. So getting rid of Ugarte would be something that's important. Again, in terms of other things that we'll talk about, we'll get into some other news as well. Dortmund apparently interested in Sancho. I'll definitely take that. I think him leaving is all I really care about. He's willing to Dortmund as he has no future at the club. The player doesn't want to go to Saudi and Italian clubs are interested. Dortmund may be reliant on that. If he wants to come, he might finally reduce his wage level, which I just don't think is going to happen with Sancho. He's a stubborn player. I mean, if he does want to play football, then he probably would have to lower his wage demand. So we will have to wait and see what happens there. In terms of other news, Ugarte talked about the midfield. Obviously, City going for Anderson, which we know that's nothing new. Sancho as well, but yeah, that's kind of the main stories that have been broken. Manchester United open to offers for several first team players this summer. Ugarte, Mount, Xerxes, Malacia and Casemiro are expected to leave on free transfer. So listen, I mean, United every summer is going to be a clear out. It always is. United need to bring in players, they need to get rid of players. I think players like Xerxes' future is uncertain. I think if you do get rid of Xerxes, does that mean you bring someone young through or you replace him with another striker? I don't know. Another player, as I said, Malacia, we needed left back anyway, so him going, you just get him off the wage. But Casemiro going, you need to replace him with 2 or 3 midfielders, especially if Ugarte leaves as well. Bruno Fernandes, his future will be something that hopefully we don't have to talk about this summer, really. In terms of Maguire, could be potentially something. We may have to bring in a few, or 1 or 2, or maybe 1 goalkeeper if Onana, Bayindir and Heaton potentially all leave. Striker situation, dealing with Højlund, Sancho, Rashford. So we have got a lot of things to deal with. I think Mount was someone I'd consider selling. I just think quality player, but not available enough. Xerxes, quality player, don't get me wrong, but is he the sort of player that United need? Probably not. And it'd be interesting to see, because I think in terms of Europe, is he good enough to play in the Champions League for United? Probably not, and we probably do need better. So that's why you could probably consider selling Xerxes. But that has been your latest Manchester United news. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe. It's game day tomorrow. We'll keep you up to date for all of that.